Mondays with Morgan as we get everything set up. Thank you so much for being with us. Last week we had technical difficulties that prevented us from being with you. We're so excited to be back and join this week with campaign manager Mitch Deck. Mitch, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Morgan. It's always fun to be on these streams.
All right. Fantastic. So this week we're going to focus in on a bit of personal items, or a more in-depth kind of explanation of my past and some of the reasons about why I decided to get in the campaign into this race in the first place. It can be difficult without being able to talk to a lot of people by canvassing, knocking on doors, and being able to go to parades and whatnot. We can't really kind of have those regular conversations we'd expect from people and from their elected officials and from candidates. So we're going to be able to hopefully have those kind of conversations through live like this. And yeah, let's get started, Mitch.
Right. It's super cool to be able to share this experience as well, because I feel like a lot of people don't get to get this side of the perspective, as you said, going on too much of it is short text messages and emails sent to people instead of real conversations like we used to have. But hopefully as things keep moving, we'll keep talking like this. But growing up, Morgan, were you always interested in politics, or is this something more for you?
So I'm not someone who grew up with Jack his parents or people who were not someone who's ninth generation political, was born to do this kind of deal. My dad was born in Sabino, Ohio. Dad was a car salesman. His brother's a car salesman now. He's an attorney. My mom grew up on a farm in Minnesota and lived in about 16 different states out west before she graduated high school. She just bounced everywhere. Had 3 different second grades she went to in 3 different states. So that's everywhere. Meaning that this wasn't in the cards for me, I presume, starting out. I kind of grew up as an math and science kid. I absolutely loved the concept or the idea of inventing things, creating new inventions and things. I always had things growing up where I thought, what if I could do invent this, or just invent this, or just things in my mind of what we would do in the world. So it was absolutely in the cards in any way. So I was going to end up doing this.
Well, so then if it wasn't kind of something that you grew up with, where did you get your first kind of start? When did you hear about politics? What got you interested there?
Yeah. I mean, there's a few various memories of first inclinations that elections existed. I can remember President Obama getting inaugurated in 4th grade in 2009 and being booed by the people in the cafeteria there. So that was an experience, and I can remember kind of just sprinkling things in and out. The 2012 election being big. I can remember all those kind of things, but it really kind of changed for me in high school when I took a class on just engineering. I was so excited to be able to actually finally take a course on things that I've been so interested in for so long. And it ended up being the worst class I've ever taken. But honestly, the best class I've ever taken in so many ways, because it taught me exactly what I didn't want to do with my life. You do not enjoy this. You don't enjoy the real kind of science. What you thought you would enjoy. So it was a blessing, a curse in so many different ways. And so suddenly you're halfway through high school, and you got no idea what you was on focus on or do. Or you started college visits, and they had all been for the engineering places. How an expectation of now what am I going to do? But it was really starting to watch some of the things of the 2016 election. I can remember Ted was announcing running for president, that being kind of immediate flash on my mind to watch some of the news coverage of that. John's making fun of him for his announcement. And I watched every single one of the Democratic debates that there were too many of them. But that was kind of what originally got me interested.
Yeah, I feel like 2016 is such a flashpoint for so many people, but especially with our generation, it's such a memorable year. I remember not even being allowed to vote in that election because I was 17, and it was just a shame, and I was so upset about that. But there's a whole kind of difference between watching the debates on TV and actually like stepping out of your door and doing something. So what like pushed you to move outside and start advocating for what you takes more so than going out and voting.
Sure. So the election itself happened. The shock. It was the shock. I remember it to be. Being absolutely floored by the results. Expecting that decency and rights would triumph. And it didn't. And that was such a jaw-dropping moment of realizing that you were going to be a part of this and all you were going to be in politics. You had to do more than just tweet about it or comment on social media or whatever, or have a strong opinion and be able to share it with anybody. That doesn't mean real jack, to be honest, if you're not willing to do something about it. So, in January, I remember watching January 2017, President Trump's inauguration, and I was watching a clip of highlighting some different people that were visiting congressional members' offices. And they were talking about kind of protecting the Affordable Care Act, being concerned that was going to be repealed. It was the first item on the new Congress and the new president's first slate of legislative priorities. And they're giving kind of national coverage for it. It was something kind of akin to the 2010 Tea Party in so many ways. It's kind of groundswell activism against the new administration. And I kind of thought to myself, the 65 to 75-year-olds can do it. Why can't people my age? And so I started messaging people, my friends, and within about a week and a half, we scheduled a trip to go down to Cincinnati and talk with Congressman Steve Chabot and Senator Rob Portman's staffs about the issue. And that kind of grew from there into a full-fledged organization. There's something called the Indivisible Guide, which is a section of a slice of rules and items of how to influence your members of Congress. And we took that to heart. We named our group after it, after so many other grassroots organizations have done the same. And we ended up having our organization, Cincinnati Indivisible, spread across 12 different high schools in the area. Cincinnati area where we evolved. We kept on making more office visits, and that was kind of where it started.
Yeah. So then after this advocacy you did, that was all in high school, right? That's where it started. Yep. I mean, that's younger than most people involved in politics generally, because we look at, by the numbers, we know that college-age people and high schoolers, while they make up the biggest section of the electorate, they're actually not that engaged in politics, or at least historically speaking, they have very, very engaged. So it's really cool to see that you changed that and you're pushing that to a different level. You're showing that young people can be. You've got the right to vote for a reason, right? But as you went to college, moving up to school in Michigan, what was next for you after that?
Yeah. So I went to the University of Michigan, where I studied political science and environmental law policy. In my time there, I read a lot of different things. I worked on the student newspaper and just tried my hand at a lot of different things. But it ended up being something where even though I thought I was going away, where I was going out of state, I was not going to be involved as much in my hometown, in my home area, I kept feeling that kind of tug back, where I would end up being even more involved in so many different political campaigns, where I was working as one of the digital leads for State Senator Joe Chabot's gubernatorial campaign in 2018. He lost the primary, unfortunately, but I was involved in that until that date, helping him with a lot of his Cincinnati planning, and then I ended up working for congressional candidate Pure Ball race in 2018 as well, helping on some of the field side of things. And so did a lot of those particular items, but that was some of the original campaign work that kind of, while I was at Michigan, still worked back home.
Yeah, and with that, you were also working at Kings Island full time during summer. Is that correct?
Yeah. So my parents weren't paying for all of college. That was never going to be the case. It was always a shared deal between myself and them. And so when I was 16, it seemed like I could drive. I started working. I got a job at Kings Island, working 60 hours a week in the summer, and I carried that all the way through college. And so, I worked about somewhere between 40 to 60 hours a week, usually at Kings Island, and I tacked on another 25 to 30 at the AFDAPS campaign. I was tired, but, made it work.
Well, it just kind of shows your time management skills and how you're able to get both done effectively, all while still being a student. Was your political involvement limited to Cincinnati area, or while you're up there too?
Yeah. But it might be best to balance things, because you can't really live in an area like Ann Arbor and spend 9 months out of the year there, or 8, how long school year is, and end up not being involved or being invested in the regional and state level politics that were there. And so I ended up being co-president of something called the Roosevelt Network, Michigan, which is a public policy tank subsidiary of a larger network based out of New York City, where we write research and publishing policy proposals that are for the university, local, and state level. Because those are areas that are too often kind of left off map of where we're focused so much energy sapped up national politics, where there is a lot of some of that critical thinking and lobbying goes into those levels in particular. And so we ended up doing a lot of that. We had lobby days traveling to and from Lansing, state legislators there. And so I lobbied people on educational reform in Michigan, bills to prevent domestic users from gaining access to firearms and be able to expand wind energy into areas of the state as well. So real excited to be part of all those different items, but it was definitely a dichotomy to work both states at the same time and trying to keep everything going.
Certainly. With that, as the up there, what did that teach you? I'm sure you learned a lot working with Roosevelt, as well as going out and actually lobbying physically.
Yeah. So I ended up working with a lot of different people there to draft some of the different ideas that ended up getting published for the national part of the chapter. But drafting those things taught me a lot about some of the research levels, consequences of your carry over, not just in the intended initial focus, but into how they could have cascading effects going in there. Case in point is something we proposed, which was local wind energy options. Is what we call them in our proposal, which was 3 areas in the state of Michigan where we matched over agricultural land data, wind speeds, and unemployment data all over top. Found the top 7 areas, right, the criteria called right criteria energy development, had the right amount of farmland and had higher unemployment than the national average, where we make investments into those particular kinds of areas. And it taught me that you can both try to expand things like green energy and also solve unemployment problems at the same time. So you do 2 things at once. And so that kind of taught me of how legislation could be drafted, how it could be worked around. We lobbied mostly Republican members of the state legislature. It's a Republican supermajority there, same as Ohio. And so trying to work within that to get progressive legislation through is a heck of a lot more difficult than trying to pass it in a Democratic majority, obviously. And so learning who you need to talk to, who you could convince based off of particular laws and proposals, otherwise that might impact a state senator's particular district, was something that really taught me how the ins and outs of the state legislature works.
Well, I'd say that's certainly a useful skill when you're running for a state legislature yourself in a Republican supermajority as we have right now. But choosing to run is a massive step. It's a massive step for people who have been in politics for their whole lives, but it's an even bigger step to go from just being a normal, educated citizen, a voter, even an activist like yourself, to being someone who says, I'm going to run for something. We've seen a lot of new different people running for things, especially in 2018, and even more so in 2020. what is it that really made you want to take that next step?
Yeah. So I can remember it was November of last year, and the primary thing that got me looking into the possibility in the first place was seeing some of the initial headlines that came after the shooting in Dayton that we had in last August. We lost so many people. I knew people that had lost friends and acquaintances, and knowing that our state legislature could do something, could pass proposals to prevent this same kind of tragedy in the future, but instead chose to make standard ground legislation and other kinds of bills that are the top priority of the National Rifle Association as their primary item after this atrocious mass shooting really just infuriated me to an extreme. To the point where I start looking at other people who's running against our opponent, who's the kind of person that's going to take on our state representative who had co-sponsored those bills and been a supporter of them from the start. And I saw those things. I looked at the Warren County Board of Elections website just to see who's the person that I can help in 2020 try to win this race. And there wasn't someone who decided to run so far. And so I ended up talking to some members of the county party, and I think there wasn't anyone initially to be the candidate. And it kind of clicked in me that if you expect others to be making that step, why shouldn't you expect it of yourself? No matter age, no matter what your experience level is, I have more experience related to campaigning, related to working with state legislators than most candidates do when they first jump out. So no matter my age or otherwise, I felt compelled that I needed to be that person if no one else would do it. And so I ended up calling you, getting things rolling, and we launched on December 8th of last year. It was an absolute wild ride there, and it's been a ride since, being honest. So,
yeah, well, looking back on those 7 months, what is your reflection on it? What's gone well, what hasn't gone well, what hasn't gone well, and how are we going to make it across the finish line in November and send Representative Zeltwanger packing?
So that's obviously first and foremost and last priority to win this race. We're not doing this to come up that place short again. We're going to win. And so a lot of that comes with the difficulty of being a young candidate like myself and having a younger team around you overall. We don't have a lot of older campaign staff members, people with long histories of political experience. Most state rep candidates don't. And so working in and around all those different experience levels, teaching myself a lot of the back end of things, and working with you to be able to make sure that everything was accomplished, needed to be accomplished, learning all the ins and outs of what has to happen just to file a campaign finance report or otherwise, that it is a trail of difficulties that obviously prevent a lot of people from running, but is so rewarding, and you do see the outcome that people are inspired to support what they think can be a new, brighter future forwarded by a new generation of leadership. And so this campaign, I think, has become not just about one person or one idea. It's definitely about what the community thinks that we should expect from our leadership and what we deserve overall from our state house.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I think from everything that we've seen on the end of things, as well as just from the voices to us directly, is that this community is ready for change, is ready for what comes next. And in 2020, I think, with redistricting going on, it's kind of the perfect year for that change. It's time to move on and to elect someone who cares about the district and everybody in it.
Can't say any better than that. You might have been a good candidate. But, yeah, well, we've obviously got a long way to go still, but the months ahead are going to be more than half. We'll keep working. I'm so excited to be able to talk to more voters and be able to really continue this conversation. So, thank you so much, Mitch. This has been great. We appreciate you taking time to see it.
Thank you, Morgan. And if anybody's listening, you want to get involved, we're always happy to add people to our team, whether it's an intern or a volunteer. You can find us on Facebook and visit morganshowen.com for more information. Thank you so much, everyone.